everyone, my name is Ms. Bloom, sex educator. Thank you for joining me for my very first Stroll and Learn. I was avoiding doing YouTube content for a long time because I often got in my head about it. Will I have time to edit it? Do I have a pimple? What's it gonna look like? And then I had this idea this morning that I'm fortunate enough to go on a stroll almost every day. I inadvertently end up thinking about sex anyway. So I might as well take y'all with me on the stroll, tell you about sex, and as I'm doing it, I can show you some of the beautiful world that I'm in because I'm lucky enough to be on the road. I'm currently doing a circle around Emerald Lake. It's just frozen. Super beautiful. Got my bear spray in my pocket, and there's a rumor of moose up ahead, so definitely stick around till the end of the video. I thought a good topic to start this discussion would be talking about biological differences in arousal. I got interested or started thinking about this topic when I learned about the prevalence of Viagra and male sexual enhancement drugs, and the fact that a number of companies recently invested a bunch of money into find a equivalent for vulva owners, and they came up with nothing. So what happened was, for men, what happens is Viagra, it increases blood flow to the penis, which leads to arousal. And from that, penis owners want to have sex. And they were very easily able to replicate bringing more blood flow to the vulva. The issue was that didn't necessarily lead to vulva owners wanting to have sex. So it's the difference between arousal and desire. And I was thinking about that. And I was looking at some studies on differences in arousal of pornography. So it's found that, for example, vulva owners, or in this case it was women, are aroused by gay porn, straight porn, monkey porn. Basically a wide net of sexually arousing stimuli, whereas for penis owners this wasn't necessarily the case. So usually if they were straight, they'd be into straight porn. If they were gay, they'd be into gay porn. So it's almost like more straightforward in a way. And similarly, when looking at eye tracking sex differences in erotica, it was found that vulva owners would look at the genitals, they'd look at the face, but they'd also look at the environment around. So they'd look at the background, they'd look at if there were paintings on the wall, what people were wearing, all that. Whereas for penis owners, they would look at the face and they look at the genitals, and that's kind of it. So the take-home message for me in these studies is that for vulva owners, it seems that sexuality is particularly vast, and I don't want to say like it's very simple for penis owners, because it's not. It's also complex, but it seems like for them it's easier to be given a drug and want sex, or to see the genitals that you're aroused by and want sex. Whereas for us, it seems like there's an extra layer of analysis that may impact our desire. For example, for me, the same dick pic can either be like super exciting or kind of a really big turnoff, and it has to do with the human attached to the penis, right? Is this someone I've had a nice back and forth with? Is it someone I'm interested in? Are they funny? Are they interesting? Do they like Star Trek? All of this will impact if I experience desire or not when looking at the penis. And I think maybe that's why like unsolicited vulva pics aren't really a thing. Like you still should get consent regardless of your gender, but it seems to be less common. And I think that's because often penis owners get aroused by looking at vulvas. They're like, obviously the vulva owner will get aroused by looking at penises, but that's not necessarily the case. I think it's a little more complicated than that. So the take-home message here is, if you are a vulva owner, or if you're engaging with a vulva owner, I think it's important to communicate and create an environment that is enticing and exciting and involves context. So for example, it could be as simple as like cleaning the bed and having like a nice environment to have sex in. That could be arousing. But also just playing with the back and forth dance of intimacy before going in for it will make it so that vulva owners are more excited and more enticed by the situation. So thank you so much for listening to my very first stroll. I didn't turn around because I saw a moose. There were some people there, and I don't know if they necessarily wanted to hear me yelling about vulvas in the forest. But thank you so much for listening. Sorry for the lack of moose. I would love if you could share your thoughts on this video and share what other sex educational videos you'd like to see next from me. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.